I'm Justin Hayek, investment advisor with PI Financial. Join me on a ride with today's top CEOs. Hear the stories of their greatest achievements and failures. Get the inside on their secrets to investing and the latest on their next big deal. This is Car Ride Confessions of a CEO. Joining me on today's ride is Jim Pettit, Director, President, and CEO of Aben Resources. Jim has been exceptionally busy since Aben announced results of its first drill hole from their 2018 exploration program at the company's Forrest Kerr Project in BC's Golden Triangle. Jim is a veteran of the industry, having earned his stripes being part of an acquisition when New Gold acquired his Bayfield Ventures in 2014.
Tell me a little bit about Aben Resources.
Well, I can go way back, how it started and how we got involved in the Golden Triangle. Back when the Yukon rush was going on, say 2010-ish, oddly enough, it was Marin Katuza that got me together with Tim Termundi and Ron Nedlitsky.
Okay.
And we used Aben as the vehicle to acquire a significant amount of ground up in the Yukon. When that died down, we just kind of settled down and trimmed back what we were doing, and we just stayed a couple of years with just the Justin. Everything else up there we pretty much let go. I think we still have some licenses in the Mackenzie Mountains, but it's, our interest was sort of turned to the Golden Triangle. Tim came to me and said, hey, why don't we pick up some ground there? He used to work there years ago when he was a young geologist and working for Cominco. And Cominco during that time was the only major up there, so he got all the attention when he was spending time up there, like they had Snip.
Okay.
And that's when he got together with Ron Nedlitsky. But all the other juniors up there would go to him to say, hey, come and look at our project. So he did. He got to see everything. And the Kerr Fault always stuck in his mind, right? That was what he always he'd come back to it all the time. That's how Aben got started, and I now have another project in it called the Chico over in Saskatchewan, which gives us a winter program.
Right.
So we have news flow through the winter. The off seasons, actually, the Justin can fill in if need be. There's a lot of interest up in the Justin as well.
Okay. For the time being, though, the focus
absolute focus is the Forrest Kerr.
Yeah.
Especially when you come up with a hole like we did this year.
Yeah.
You get 10 meters of whatever, 32 grams. It's pretty spectacular. And especially what was in that 6 meters of 62 grams. Wow. I mean, that's probably one of the best holes come out of Western Canada in a long, long time.
So maybe you can expand a little bit on the potential catalyst for Aben in the year to come.
Well, there's a lot we can do there, actually. More drilling. We're extending our drill program.
We just raised drill program.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we were budgeted for 5,000 meters. That's about 1.7 million. We think, well, we've raised a bunch more money. We just did that in the last 2 weeks. We just raised 4.2 million and brought in Eric Sprott as a major shareholder, and now probably one of the largest shareholder of the company. And his mandate is keep drilling. Let's go. And
it's the only way to add value.
Yep. Yeah. There are other areas of interest we will get to, but right now we're onto something, so why do otherwise?
As far as news flow is concerned, then you guys are going to
We'll have news flow right through the fall. I mean,
okay.
We'll finish up probably with 40 plus holes.
Okay.
So that news, right through the end of September, easily probably into the beginning of October, and that news flow carryover could go right into December.
Okay, gotcha. So I want to expand a little bit upon the fact that Aben closed a private placement for $4.2 million, 30-cent private placement, lead order of $2 million from the legendary Eric Sprott. So what do you think it was about Aben that caught his eye and then led him to invest?
High-grade gold.
Yeah.
He is the ultimate gold bug. He's a very confident guy, which I guess you can afford to be when you have that much money. It was literally a 5-minute discussion. I mean, I've worked with Eric before with Bayfield many years ago.
Yeah.
He helped finance that, but this was a call, I don't know, very early in the morning, 6:30 in the morning here. And it was, you know, here's what I got planned. You know, I got $1 million worth for you, and I've got another individual here that'll take $1 million. But if, you know, here are the terms, and he goes, those are good terms. I said, well, the other guy doesn't think they are, and he just said, well, I'll take his.
Perfect.
That's how
win-win.
It was really simple.
Yeah.
You know, because when you have grades like that, it's you know, it won't last long.
What could you possibly do to continue adding value or creating value for Aben shareholders that would then give you the best possible chances of being acquired by a major or a mid-tier?
Well, I think stick with what we're doing.
Yeah.
We've got an area that is, you know, probably one of the best places to be anywhere that I've seen. It's open in all directions.
Okay.
And, you know, we just need to keep our head down and sort out the structure, the orientation a bit. You know, we need to get a better handle on that. That comes back with assays. But structure is very important there. Where is it coming from? Like, where is this huge anomaly coming from?
Right.
Like, it's like 2 kilometers by 4 kilometers long. And it, you know, it's pretty intense. So let's figure it out. And that's, you know, happening at a time when some of the majors are starting to get interested in looking again. I think the pipeline is a bit depleted.
Yeah.
For a lot of them.
Yeah.
You've got an area that has potential high grades. It's elephant country. You got some of the biggest undeveloped deposits in the world up there, just waiting for the price of the commodity to make it work.
During the, call it, depths of a depressed mining market, which we just went through, right? 2012 through, call it, 2015, 16. Was there, at any point, did you ever consider switching careers? And then what kept you in the business? What kept you coming back?
Well, we always managed to have something on the go. So, no, I didn't think about switching careers. I remember going through bad times in after Brucejack and that sort of thing. Different market, different time in my life. And I did kick around the idea because my background is, I mean, explain to people, I've been self-employed since high school. I worked 1 year opening restaurants for Earl's. When I moved back from Hawaii, sold my business there, came back to Vancouver, worked for a year with Earl's when they just moved here and were opening new restaurants. And I'd sold my restaurant in Hawaii. And then I've done other things. But I've always been self-employed.
So what is the biggest challenge that Aben faces, and what has management done to mitigate such risks?
Oh, well, you know, some of the biggest challenges is once you've got a discovery, what are you going to do with it? You know, find more. The market wants more high grade. You know, that's a natural. But you've got to stick to what you say. The drill's the truth. You know,
Truth teller. Yeah,
that's the truth teller.
Yeah.
And you know, you've got to make sure that your market is aware of what could happen. And it isn't always going to be roses, right? There's going to be ups and downs, hits and misses. But that's the nature of the beast.
Jim, listen, I appreciate it. Thank you for your time. That was great. Thank you.